It would be an understatement to simply say that bears like to eat. If you called them hungry, then you're getting a little closer. If you refer to bears as ravenous eating machines, now maybe you're really getting somewhere. Perhaps nothing drives and motivates bears more than their appetite. I think that people understand the powerful influence that hunger exerts on each one of us. Like, we feel it, we get hungry, we need to eat. It's just a basic biological function.
As humans, we'll start to feel full after we have a little bit of food, but in that hyperphagic state, these bears just do not feel full, and they're trying to bulk up for their survival.
Bears are looking to build a caloric savings account in body fat. You want to gain as many calories as you can by expending as little energy as possible. So with the clock ticking towards winter hibernation, you might think that a bear seeks out any and all foods it can put in its mouth. But like Scrooge McDuck, a bear works smarter, not harder. Sockeye salmon, fresh from the ocean, contains about 4,500 calories of digestible energy for a bear. Salmon flesh, really high in protein, and it has a good bit of fat too, but it contains far less fat than the skin and the brain and the eggs of the fish. Eggs, for example, are basically nothing but fish oil, and bears rarely ignore them. When a bear is catching a lot of salmon in a short amount of time, we'll often see them select the fattiest parts of the salmon and leave the flesh for scavengers. A week-old spawned-out fish contains about 1,300 calories. So if you're eating spawned-out fish, you have to work a little bit harder, you have to eat more fish. But even with that amount of food, like a lactating female bear who's nursing cubs could meet daily energy needs with just a few salmon per day. But the extra salmon that they eat, along with any other foods that they seek, is really the gravy that puts them over at the top and helps them to build those fat reserves that sees them through hibernation. Some of the studies that I have read suggest that bears may be able to eat like a third of their body weight per day. Bearcam viewers counted Chunk eating 45 salmon over the whole day. He could have consumed 200 pounds of fish and 180,000 calories just that day. In late summer and fall, brown bears experience a profound hunger. They can eat enough food to gain 2 pounds of body mass per day in preparation for winter hibernation. Experiments with captive grizzly bears have found that when given a choice between unlimited amounts of food, researchers found that bears self-selected a diet that is about 17% protein, and the rest was a mix of fat and sugar. So this ratio seemed to provide bears with the optimal amount of nutrition of those macronutrients, again, protein, fat, and sugar, to prioritize the accumulation of fat in their bodies so they can survive hibernation, but also at the same time maintain their muscle mass. Their ability to make choices when seeking food is reflective in the number of bears that we see at Brooks River, because more food creates habitat for more bears. 1 to 3 million adult salmon return to spawn here every year on average. And so on the bear cams, we get to see a portion of some of the most productive salmon-bearing watersheds on Earth. If Katmai's bears could measure wealth, I imagine they'd measure it in food abundance. And for many bears, Brooks River in the Katmai region is one of the wealthiest places they could ever live.